What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. So we have a new show, okay? This is new show alert. And honestly, it came on right after Ready to Love. So if it hadn't been, that was good marketing on your part on, because when I recorded Ready to Love, it was 2 hours long. And I said, I know this casting special ain't 2 hours long. But what y'all did was y'all advertised for a new show coming on right after the casting special, and when my DVR was already connected, so I didn't even have to worry about it. It was already there. That was good looking out on you, on, because now I'm going to talk about it. So the name of the show is called Put a Ring on It, child. The premise of the show is that we have 3 couples who have been dating for a variety amount of time, but all of them are at that crossroads of either we gonna get married or at least get engaged, or what we doing? Why are we here? Why are we doing this, right? So we have 3 couples, and y'all know I have opinions, right? Y'all know I have opinions about all 3 of these couples. So look, let's get into it. Now, there are a couple of things with this show that I don't know if I'm crazy about, but we're gonna talk about it because I'm sure it's gonna be entertaining nonetheless. Now, it's 3 couples, and they're being what's the word I'm looking for? The person that's going to be giving them their therapy and walking them through these exercises is Dr. Nicole. I didn't write her last name down. I apologize. No disrespect, Dr. Nicole. I'll get it next time. And she's guiding them through what they're going to be going through, right? And the biggest thing is that they're going to basically be dating other people to see if, I guess, to ultimately see if the person they're with is the person they're supposed to be with or not, I guess. I don't know how I necessarily feel about the premise of this show, but I guess it's going to be entertaining nonetheless. Okay. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all always tell me sometimes I be biased. I already have my favorite couple, and I already have my least favorite couple, so we're going to see how this work out. And they might not end up being my favorite couple by the end of the episode, child. I don't know. So, first couple we have is Hollywood and Ashley. Now, clearly, his mama didn't name him Hollywood, okay? But he is a barber. I think he has his own shop. And he, they're from Louisiana. I think Hollywood is actually from New Orleans, and I think Ashley is from somewhere, I think Baton Rouge or something, but don't quote me. But they're both from Louisiana. And y'all know I love me a Louisiana accent. Both of them have the cutest accents. I love hearing them talk. They've been together for 9 years. I think they've known each other 11, but they've been a couple for 9 years. They live together and all that great stuff. They live in Atlanta, and their story is very interesting because Hollywood actually proposed to Ashley. They started planning the wedding. She bought a wedding dress. She said she still got the wedding dress. She said, but then he kept playing that, I don't know if I'm ready yet. Maybe I'm ready. No, I don't think I'm ready. Well, let's be together. Well, I don't know if I'm ready to do this. Let's not be together. And Hollywood, and she said, so then what happened was, they called everything off, and now he's saying he's ready. And she's like, yeah, but I'm not. Because I'm not ready because of what you did to me. Like, you broke my trust. I'm scared now because the last time we thought we were ready and we were doing everything and we was buying the dress and all of that, and then you pulled everything back. And so now you saying you ready and I'm supposed to just jump, and I don't trust that. Because the last time I walked by faith and it got me in a place I wasn't happy. And I think the problem with them as a couple is, well, then what has to happen, Ashley? Because at a certain point, you just have to trust that he made a mistake, he's sorry, and he means it. Like, you're just going to have to trust. And what is it going to take, or what is he going to have to do to get you to that point where you feel like you trust him? And so that's sort of their thing. That's what's going on with them. And she's a paralegal. Then we have Michael and Che. I don't remember what either one of them do for a living, if you really want me to be the truth of the matter. Now, they've known each other for 6 years, but they've been together for 2 years. But they have this off again, on again situation. They were best friends that I think tried to date, It kind of didn't work. He went and they went their own separate ways, but Michael ended up dating another woman, moving to Washington, D.C. with this woman, and getting engaged to this woman. And now, it sounds like, now I'm going to be honest with y'all, it sounds like Shay and Michael might have been, because they said they were friends. So it sounds like they were definitely in touch with each other throughout the whole situation. Because she said when they broke up, he immediately moved back to Atlanta and moved in with her. So that tells me that he knew you were there all along. He knew you were a landing place, because how he gonna leave one woman and go straight to you with nothing in between? Y'all just move in together and y'all just together. I found that to be very interesting. And so now Shay is like, well, let's do this. Like, we've known each other for 6 years. We done been through the fire. We done been through the storm. I'm ready to, you my forever. I'm your forever. Let's make it permanent. And I know you got it in you because you didn't already ask this other woman to marry you. Now, Michael's thing is, I felt pressure from the other woman. I felt pressure from her to get married or to get engaged because she was insecure in the relationship. She probably was insecure in the relationship because she knew you were still over here checking for Che, but that's another conversation. Is it Che or Shay? I know y'all gonna tell me. And so he said, but it didn't make it better. It actually made it worse. And so he doesn't want to do that again. And his thing is, what's the big deal about marriage? He said marriage is just a contract that forces you to stay with somebody. That's what he said marriage is, child. I said, I don't think that's how that works, Michael. But it sounds like Michael has no interest in getting married. And it sounds like Che wants to get married. Che wants to get married. And so my thing is, with them, we'll get back to them. Y'all see where I'm going with that. Okay. Then we have Ulysses and Mimi. I didn't write down how long Ulysses and Mimi have been together. Oh, I forgot to write it down, y'all. But they've been together for a minute. I think they've been together like a long time, like 11 years or something. They've been together for a minute. And they met because they met on a video shoot. Ulysses is in the music industry. Mimi was, I guess at that point in her life, she was I don't want to call her a video vixen because there's such a negative connotation to, they've been dating for 6 years. Okay. Because that has such a negative connotation on it, but they met on the video shoot. And they've been together ever since. Now, with them, we have a different little hook with them. There has been some infidelity on the side of Ulysses. They broke up for a while, and what brought them back together was that her father got sick. Now, and Ulysses is really close to her dad. So it sounds like they just got back together pretty recently because her dad, later on in the show, we're going to learn more about her situation with her dad. And it sounds like her dad, this is pretty recent that her dad got sick. So I'm feeling like maybe they haven't been back together that long. But again, we're going to get back to that. So Dr. Nicole they wait all of that out. You know, they go through all their stories and stuff. And then Dr. Nicole says, listen, the thing is, what you guys need to figure out, basically, y'all need to figure out if the grass is greener on the other side. And so we're going to help you do that by basically setting y'all up on a variety of dates with different people who probably bring different things to the table and see where y'all feel, how y'all feel and where y'all stand. Y'all don't know about this. So they're going to start with the ladies. So the ladies get to go out on the date first, right? Baby. These three couples are hilarious because we have all three extremes. We have all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and somewhere in the middle. So what we have is Ulysses is not feeling it at all. Ulysses is in his feelings. He got an attitude. They done had a nasty argument about it. You know, like, I really feel like Ulysses may not be cool with what he signed up for, because I'm sitting here like, dude, you know what you signed up for. Like, was that part a surprise to you? But here's the thing, Ulysses. Part of your anger is coming from the part that you were the one that cheated on Mimi. And it goes back to, there's an old Chris Rock, I think it might be Bring the Pain, I don't know. It's an old Chris Rock stand up when he says, guys, you cheat on your girlfriend, wife, and she takes you back, just know she got a dick in the glass. And at any point in time, she can break that glass and get to that dick in the glass. Okay? Because she owe you one. And I feel like in the back of Ulysses' mind, that's what he's thinking. Like, I know I screwed up. I know I cheated on this woman. And this whole situation is still really fresh. It's still really new. Like, them getting back together, I think is pretty recent. When I say recent, I think like within the last 6 to 8 months. I think, don't quote me on that. And so I feel like it's really, really raw. But let's be clear, Ulysses. She owe you one. And then we had the total opposite reaction of Michael. Michael was like, yeah, I don't care. Wear that dress. That's a sexy dress. I'm not worried. I don't care. I don't care about you going out on a date. It doesn't bother me at all. Not a problem for me. You going out on a date? Oh, is that where you're going today? Oh, okay, cool. Like, his attitude was the total opposite, right? So we had left, we had right. And then Hollywood was somewhere in the middle, leaning towards Ulysses. Like, he wasn't feeling it. He definitely wasn't feeling it. But he didn't have the... Violent is a strong word, so I don't want to say violent reaction. But his reaction wasn't as intense as Ulysses' reaction was, but he definitely wasn't feeling it. And then Ashley's date, he showed up and knocked on the door. Now, I would have felt some kind of way about that if I'm Hollywood. Like, you don't come to my house. Like, call her from outside. She'll come down. You're not coming in my house. But I'm sure that was done for the purposes of the show, to get a reaction and all of that. Ulysses was like, yo, what's up, bro? Now, Ulysses is like, he buff. He like, and I'm sure she was like, he told him, he was like, yo, keep your hands to yourself. Be on your best behavior. Like, don't play. And dude was kind of playing with him a little bit. And I was like, I don't, like, dude, like, I know this is a TV show and everything, but dude, I don't think you realize that he not playing. And I think you might not need to play with him like that. Because I don't think he playing, bro. And so the dude ends up taking Ashley out on a date. I'm sure he told her how to dress, because they did like a little fit. They went bike riding, and she had on tights and a tank top. And, Hollywood wasn't feeling that. He was like, where y'all going? You got your tights on. You got your camel toes showing. You looking all, like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, that's for me. That ain't for him. You need to put on some sweats and a t-shirt or something. You know what, Hollywood? I'm kind of with you on that. But either way, so they went on a date or whatever, and dude seemed cool. Sound like he was a military guy. He's moved all around. But I feel like he came on a little strong. Like, I don't know what production has told these other guys in reference to how to act, talk, what to do, what to say. But I feel like he was coming on a little strong in his personality and in his opinion. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? I feel like he came on just a little bit strong. And I actually liked him and everything, and she said, it was different. It was nice to see, a different point of view. It was nice to see a different you've been with somebody for so long. When everything is new, and it's all new on the first date. Like, everybody does, well, not everybody, we do have bad first dates, but people do great things on first dates. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I think that's kind of where that was. Then we had Shay going on her date. Now, the dude she went on her date with, I kind of liked him. I thought he was nice looking. And you know what? He gave her some real shit. He said, listen, because, they were talking about the situation or whatever. Because the guys know that the women have relationships. So he was like, she explained to them the situation and how things are going. And he was like, so basically what you telling me is, he was ready to marry somebody else, but y'all are back together and he ain't ready to marry you. So maybe it's not that he's not ready to get married. Maybe he's not ready to get married to you. And she gonna say, well, Dad, you ain't have to put it like that. I mean, you really giving me something to think about. You never thought about that before? That never popped in your head before, that maybe it's not the fact that he don't want to get married, it's the fact that he don't want to get married to you? Y'all, we see it happen all the time. You be with somebody for 20 years, you get them, you heart your soul, you help them find a job, you let them, you put them on your health insurance. Y'all do all of this stuff. I don't mean health insurance, but y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all do all the things. You pay his fines, you take care of his kids, you help pay his child support. Y'all do all of that stuff. He break up with you, meet somebody, and marry 6 months later. Y'all ain't never seen that happen. So I don't know this man from a hole in the wall. I'm not saying that's what Michael is doing, but I do feel like Michael mean what he say about not wanting to get married. And I feel like Shay, now I don't know where we're going to be at the end of this journey, but at the beginning of this journey, Shay, I think you're going to have to make a decision. Either you're going to be okay with, living together, or you're going to have to make a decision to move on. But I really think that he mean what he say. He say what he mean. Now, last but not least, Ulysses and Mimi, because of what's going on, she got a phone call from her dad's doctor. And he was like, we need you to get down here. I'm not sure where the father lives, but I don't think he lives in Atlanta. Because he was like, we need you to get down here because we need somebody to make a decision. Right? And about they really wanted her to put a do not resuscitate order on him. And so it was emotional. Ulysses is really close to her dad. He said that's his best friend. She said, yeah, they have like a bromance. She's really close to her dad because her dad was a single dad. Her and her sister without, was a mom. And so it was a lot. And so she didn't go out on her date, which I think probably saved a whole argument between her and Ulysses. Now, the problem is the next time it's going to flip and it's going to be the guys going out on a date with the ladies. And from the previews, it looked like the ladies are going to be a little more aggressive than the guys were with these ladies. And then so ultimately they came back together, and Dr. Nicole asked them, she asked them all the questions about how was the date and this, and this. And then she said, well, would you want to go out on a date with them again? Now, Ashley was honest, and Ashley was like, listen, I probably would be interested in going out on a date again, but I know how Hollywood felt, and I want to respect Hollywood's wishes. Now, what I'm going to see is interesting is Hollywood going to feel the same way when it's his turn, and he going to be that respectful. Now, Shay said that she didn't want to go out with the guy again because he was too short. Okay, Shay. You don't want to go out with him because he gave you some good shit. He gave you some real stuff. He gave you some stuff to think about. That's why you don't want to go out with him again. But it's okay, girl. I understand. Okay. Some good stuff. People be giving y'all this good information. Y'all don't be wanting to hear it. Anyway, so with all that being said, that was the episode. We're going to stick with it, y'all. We're going to see where this put a ring on it takes us, okay? Y'all let me know what y'all think. How y'all feel about the premise of the show. How y'all feel about what the show is, what it's giving. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.